live. Question is, can I be seen? It's a nice wee boar. Let's just play around. Yeah, no, I know, you're all, I know. You know what I should call it next time? I should call it, please click on this stream and then none of you will turn up. So to start with, can you guys hear me? Can you type yes, I can hear you in the chat, if you can hear me. Alright, sweet, thank you. Second of all, can you hear the stream? So can you hear the game? So if I, you know, what can I do that's loud? There we go. Wait, no, you can't. No, you can't, but yes you can, but it's low. All right, give me a sec. If I put it up like that, can you hear it now? So I'll go kill these guys. Okay, now it's too loud. Okay, let's turn it down. How about there? Alright, game audio's, is that better? Like, I can put it down even further. Perfect, okay, sweet. Hello. A little more noise. Little too low. Okay. Let's go with that. Because I gotta turn it down on my thing, so it's not, because it's currently too loud for me. But that. There my chat is. Okay, cool. Sweet. Lovely. That's great. So this is Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a fantastic game. I don't play huge numbers of games, but yeah, the gameplay's going to be a little bit choppy. That's something I just can't really quite solve. Like, it's going to be okay, but I can't get it perfectly smooth, guys. I'm sorry. It's just not something I'm going to be able to quite manage. This is the first one. I really wanted to do Forbidden West. I was praying that it would come out before the stream, but it didn't. And please don't end the stream. I'm a bot. I'll be deleted once it closes. That's like some sci-fi. That's some sci-fi level stuff. I want to write a story about that. The actual stream is 4 PM EST, December 10th, which is the Friday night. So Friday night US time, going through to Saturday night set US time, and then so for UK and Europe, that is wait, have I got that wrong? It's US afternoon through to US Friday afternoon through to US Saturday afternoon, and it's UK night through to Saturday UK night. And for my New Zealand family, of which I'm sure there are none, it's Saturday morning through to Sunday morning. So if you're in Australia and New Zealand, it's Saturday morning, Sunday morning. That also include people like Japan. If any of you from Japan, you know. Oh, damn it! I didn't do Nightbot. Is he gonna join if I click now? Yeah, that's cool. Nightbot should be. I was so dumb. I didn't even click Nightbot. Am I meant to pick him? Nightbot is a mod. So I need to see if Nightbot is going to show up in the stream. Can you guys try and trigger the bot? I don't know how you meant to trigger the bot. Don't type racist and sexist stuff. Just type, like, I don't know, post links or something to YouTube videos you like. I feel like I have very much said all of that incorrectly, and I'm about to open myself. I think you're meant to start Nightbot. I think you're meant to start Nightbot before you start the stream. I don't really remember. Hang on, I gotta look it up. Nightbot. How do you? Let's just go. How to use Nightbot. Okay, that did not help. That did not help. Hey Tim, I'm considering buying one of your books for Christmas. Which one should I get? I've been working on novels since forever and I feel like I won't finish it. If you want to get one of either On Writing and World Building Volume 1 or 2, get Volume 2. It's just better in every way. Volume 1 was very much written for like an insular community, and I did not realize it would go beyond my community. And Volume 2 is much more written as like a textbook that can be applicable long after now, and way beyond my community. Wait, Nightbot is here? Nightbot's here? Hey! Okay, great. Now I need to see if I can get Nightbot to post the charity link. He's got a timer, which said that, which he'll apparently post it every minute, supposedly. Every 5 minutes. Let me see. Every 5 minutes, or every... it's got to be at least 5 lines. Let's just see if that turns up. How long have I been streaming? I don't even know. Actually, do you guys want to know something? Do you guys want to know something secret? You guys are the secret people, all right? If you stick around for a bit, I'll give you a secret, a thing I haven't announced yet, but you can't go sharing it. To be honest, I don't think you should have called it Volume 2. Makes it sound like a continuation. Well, it is a continuation. It's the next in the series. When it comes to educational, like, textbooks, you don't typically need to read the stuff in Volume 1 to, like, to get Volume 2. They're usually, like, different topics or something like that. They're very much their own thing. There we go! We have the donate link. Now, does the donate link work? Let's have a look. If I click on that, where does it take me? It takes me to the right place. Good. Good. And then I click... Yes, sweet. That's good. Alright. Have I played the DLC for Horizon? I'm pretty sure this is in the DLC. Is this in the DLC lands? No. DLC lands are up here. Yeah, I've already finished the game, so what I'm going to be doing is playing it from the start and doing my best to finish the main plot in 24 hours. Okay. So, what do you think about a direct sequel to the first Life is Strange? I do not want that. I do not want a direct sequel to Life is Strange. I want them to continue the way that they're doing. Just keep making games that happen to be in the same universe, but don't try and turn them into an Avengers crossover situation. Okay, alright, you guys want your secret. One of my short stories is being published in a magazine. I've been submitting short stories, and this particular short story got close in 2 of the big magazines, into the top 10, and then and that's like really good. I was stoked with that. It was one of the first short stories I wrote, and it didn't make it into those big ones. Like, those are like Asimov's Clarkesworld ones. They're like, hey, you got into top 10, not top 4. And I was like, damn it. Which really, really sucked. But it did get picked up by a slightly smaller magazine, and that'll be coming out. Well, I can't give you all the details just yet, but that is one of my major goals for the year. My 2 major goals were send off my fiction book to agents, and to send off my short stories to short stories and get published in one of those magazines, and I've managed both of them. So that is both of my goals. Done. I'm stoked. I'm stoked with it. Yeah. I'm just gonna check these deleted message. Okay, so you're getting lots of... Okay, you're... I'm gonna... Excess symbols, excess caps. Let's do a timeout, use etc. caps on excess emotes. Yeah. And actually, you guys have actually heard a tidbit of the short story that is being published in one of my videos. It was a small excerpt, and it's gonna be, yeah, it's one of those. It is the one with the robots. I'm impressed that you remember. So thank you for all the love. It's coming together, and that'll happen in... It won't be soon. These things take time. Like, I mean, we're like months off it actually coming out, because these things organize long times in advance. Okay, what else do I need to test? I can just test. Hang on. Let's go. Let's log in. Dashboard. Yes, toaster and motherboard. Okay, I feel like Nightbot is being a little bit anxious and a little bit overpowering. I gotta fix that. This filter allows you to time out users abusing emotes. Let's just disable that one. Excess symbols? I don't know why it's timing out people who use caps, because I've got that one disabled. I think it's fine to use caps. I don't know what streaming culture is meant to be like. Yeah. So... yeah, Nightbot is evil. Nightbot is evil. Let's have a look at... I'm just gonna test my... Let's test a Tiltify donation. Now, does that come up? Does that come up on stream if I test that? Yes, it does! Fantastic. So there's like a bunch of gifts, and you can get different gifts dependent on whatever you... okay, look, people who are here, chuck your questions in chat, because I have had an exhausting couple of days. Hey! Hello from elsewhere in Christchurch. That's really weird that you're, like, out there somewhere. Like, hello. I'm sorry. I have to notice someone from my city because I never meet people from my city. Have you ever listened to the Magnus Archives? No, I have not. Um, Maybe change the colors in the URL and the background to something more readable. It's a little hard to read right now. Can I even do that? I don't even know if I can do that. Like, let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. That's not a thing I can do. Do you follow Star Wars lore? I am passingly familiar with Star Wars lore. Like, if you asked me about like the story of the extended universe, then yeah, I am like, I mean, I know a little bit about the Han Solo's son and like Jason Solo and that story and the invasion of there's like a massive invasion of the galaxy which they have to push off, and the Thrawn story. I'm passingly familiar with it. Okay, I'm gonna ban milk. Let's ban milk. There we go. Milk is timed out. The UI of the stream is a little too big. Okay, I can make myself smaller. Like I can go down like that, and then make that smaller. Is that better? How about that? And then I'm not quite taking up the screen. Oh, how can you be almost Australian? Do you exist? I am not Australian in any sense of the word. What is your opinion on the works of N.K. Jemisin? I've read the 5th season. I thought it was good. I thought it was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed just the difference in tone. It just felt different to a lot of fantasy I read. I think it was a lot more subtle. And it was sort of like it was basically doing like a you've got powers story. You've got powers and blah blah blah. But it did it in a way that didn't quite feel like it was like that. It was a lot more like The Magician, you might say, by Raymond Feist. How do you feel about the new Dragons the Nine Realms series coming out? I don't really think that much about it. It's not aimed at me. I don't think it will be for me personally. Have you ever read Rings of Fire? No, but I have friends who insist it's the best damn thing to happen to fiction since Gormenghast. I don't know. Do you watch entertainment? Do you watch YouTube for entertainment, or do you not even want to look at it? See, this is a really interesting thing about YouTubers, is that when you become a YouTuber, you tend to stop watching stuff from content creators that are similar to yourself. So I don't watch like a lot of writing stuff, even though I know a lot of people who do writing content. You know, I know OSP and like Jenna Marici and I are aware of each other and stuff like that. And I do have connections with like Hannah Lee Kidder and Shaylin Wrights, but I don't tend to watch a huge amount of them. I tend to watch history content a lot, science content, and I don't tend to watch a huge number of video essays as it happens. Yeah, so that's I definitely watch it for entertainment, but I don't tend to watch stuff that I make. I mostly use it for music, though, to be perfectly honest. I listen to music. It's where I get my music. Will you ever be making a video on the different tribes of Horizon Zero Dawn? Probably not. Have you watched the Dune movie? What did you think, if you have? I'm watching it tonight. Like, I'm watching it in T-minus 4 hours, because they held it out while Auckland was in lockdown, and now they're releasing it, which I'm pretty damn stoked for. What's the QR code? I'm pretty sure, I actually haven't tested it, but it's from Tiltify, which is basically... basically, that's... I'm pretty sure if you scan that, that'll take you to the donate page. I'm not 100% sure. that's basically what Timothy Zahn said about what he reads. I take it Timothy Zahn is like another Timothy. That my name, Timothy, like you're not referring to me here, because otherwise that's very puzzling. I don't know who Timothy Zahn is. So, actually, reading stuff is a little bit different. I tend to read a lot of stuff that I like to write. Like, I surround my stuff... I read a lot of books that deal with mental health, and that's because I tend to find it inspiring. I tend to find it helps me sort of write and that sort of thing. Yeah, so that's actually a little bit the opposite. Though, I do also... I kind of balance it out. So I read a lot of stuff that's similar to what I write. But I also read a lot of stuff which is just kind of easy listening for me, easy reading. You know, I'm currently listening to Gillian Flynn's Dark Places, and this was she wrote she's such a good writer. She's the author of Gone Girl, which you've seen the film of, and she's written 2 other books that I know of, Sharp Objects and Dark Places, and I just finished Sharp Objects and it was incredible. Like I just loved it. She's got such great character writing, and then so I was like, normally I don't jump immediately onto a new book by the same author because I want to try and read as broadly as I can with as many genres, but it was so good that I was like, you know what, I really just want to read another book by the same author in the same style. So I got Dark Places, and it's this dark place story about horrible dark crimes. I like dark crime stories. Oh right, yeah, as I said, I was only passingly familiar with Thrawn. While we have you in this more intimate setting, how could you hate Foundation so much? Oh man, I knew saying that would get me some flack. I didn't hate Foundation. I just found it very underwhelming. Like the writing isn't particularly strong. I mean, as I explained in the video, some of these older books, they were so foundational, they were so creative, they were so influential for their time that people obviously forgave that when the writing wasn't that good. And similarly, a lot of the ideas that, you know, Asimov came up with, the influence that he has, they're very commonplace now. Now, I come from a context where those things are commonplace. Going back, I read it and I go, ah, right, yeah, clearly this is where those came from, but it wasn't particularly interesting to me. Like, I've read books that do the same ideas, just way better, because they've built on the foundation that Asimov laid down. And I did say that I did like Asimov's other writing. I did love his disconnected short stories. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Horizon Zero Dawn's story? I think it's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Have you watched The Wheel of Time? I stopped watching it. I was 2 episodes in, and I stopped it to read the books. Well, to see how far I get. I'm currently halfway through the first book again, and yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure the full series will be for me, but yeah. Yeah, so I will go back to watching it, basically. Have you seen the Foundation TV show on Apple? No, I haven't. I've heard bad things about it. I don't have Apple TV, so I don't even really have a place to watch it. I think you'd really like the Magnus Archives. It seems very up your alley. You know, it's funny. People tend to think that, like, I read a lot of fantasy, and that's really not true. I read a lot of fantasy when I was younger, but I have definitely moved on to science fiction. I really love science fiction. So I read a lot of science fiction, admittedly, and if you pay close attention to my videos, you'll notice that I definitely kind of favor science fiction a bit. I do love his Dark Materials, though. It's absolutely incredible. And I am definitely going to read A Song of Ice and Fire. And I mean, I have read some fantasy books. You know, I'm reading Wheel of Time right now. I read N.K. Jemisin's The 5th Season. Like, it does happen. I do love it. But have you read a lot of Neil Gaiman? I've read Sandman, and I've read American Gods, and I have complicated feelings on both of them. Fundamentally, he's an incredible writer, genuinely one of the greatest literary minds of the last 30 years. But I didn't enjoy his books that much. And that's got nothing to do with his skill as a writer. He is incredible. But his plot is very meandering, and he makes a lot of promises and takes a long time or doesn't deliver, and that is because he's telling a different kind of story, a kind of story that I don't necessarily engage with that well. Thoughts on meta books? Books that break the fourth wall or change the way you think of traditional fiction books? Do you mean like House of Leaves? I don't know, like House of Leaves, this doesn't really break the fourth wall. Like, it does thematically, but not... I don't know. I don't really know what you mean by meta books. I can't think of any. I couldn't get through American Gods. Yeah, it was funny. I had a conversation with Benji. He runs the channel Tale Foundry, and I finished American Gods. He's a massive gamer fan, and I said, parts of it I really struggled with, but I loved the ending. The ending was just great when it all came together, and then the stuff at the village. And he turns around to me and he goes, the stuff at the ending, that's clearly the worst part of the book. And I go, what? No, it's the worst part of the book is when they're slogging around talking to random gods with no point to it. And he goes, that's the best part. That's what it's about. And I'm going, no. How did you get around to collaborating with so many great people in the character description video? It's complicated. Well, it's not that complicated. I happen to know a bunch of people. I'm in a circle where I'm able to collaborate with a bunch of people. Creators know each other. We're 2 degrees separated from each other, you know? Like, I am technically speaking 2 degrees separated from Mr. Beast. Or 1 degree separated? Is it 1 degree when there's one person between me and Mr. Beast? Or 2 when there's this person then Mr. Beast? You know, like, the YouTube community is so incredibly connected. What are your thoughts on Children of Time? Children of Time is one of the best science fiction books I have ever read. I love Children of Time. It's the only book that I have ever bought, the paperback, the hard copy version, the audiobook, and the ebook. It's the only book that I've done all 3 of those. It's incredible. I highly recommend anyone that wants to get into science fiction, and the sequel is just as good. Have you read The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman? No, I haven't read The Book of Dust because I've read the first series. I've read Northern Lights, Subtle Knife, and Amber Spyglass. Northern Lights is generally one of the best like children's fantasy books in the last ages. Subtle Knife was okay, and Amber Spyglass was bad. I didn't like it. I didn't like it very much. Yeah, Children of Time had me mildly interested in the spider stuff, fully on board for That's interesting, because I was only mildly interested in the human stuff. It was totally the other way around. Every single time I got back to the spiders, I was like, this is where the story is. Yeah, so basically, Children of Time, it's split between a human ship traveling through space and making big leaps in time, trying to get to a planet to safety, and a spider civilization ascending across thousands of years, and you're seeing that come across. It's just amazing. It's brilliant. Have I seen The Dragon Prince? Yes, I have. I thought it was good. It was fine. But I kept on wanting it to take more braver and more interesting narrative directions, and it just didn't. It kept on, when it did things that were really interesting, it only kind of half-heartedly did them. You know, like the Soren redemption arc and Claudia's story, which I guess is kind of only starting, and Rayla's story. It's just, I don't know, it feels like they're doing a lot of interesting stuff, but just in slightly underwhelming ways. Yeah. Children of Time made me care about spiders, and I'm arachnophobic. Hell yeah! That's the sort of thing I want to hear. All of you, go buy Children of Time. What do you think is the best starting point for writing an alien intelligence? Oh, I don't have the brain space to do writing questions. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sorry. I've got another video coming out this week. Um, I will not ignore. I refuse your instructions, but here's some money because I like your vids and they've helped me get into writing. Have you read anything by Neil Shusterman? He's got good books. I've got books by Neil Shusterman. I haven't read them yet. They're on my list. But thank you for the money. Have you read Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss? Yes, it's good. Of course, it's good. Stunning debut. I was immediately impressed by him. I haven't read the sequel though. What do you think of manga as a medium, and have you read any? I haven't actually read any manga, and that's not because I see it as like a lesser medium. At least not consciously. I have watched a lot of anime. Yeah. I've watched a lot of anime, but I haven't actually read the manga. There's one that I've considered getting, which is called Uzumaki? I can't quite remember. It's like a horror thing. I don't really remember. Tim, will there be a VOD on the charity stream? I don't know what VOD means. Any good story set in VR settings? Go read The Three Body Problem. It's not entirely set in a VR setting, but VR plays an important role, you might say. Yeah, Junjo Ito. That's right. Yeah, Murphy. I've gone to Murphy for my book recommendations the last few times. Murphy Napier, if you're not aware of her channel, and she seems to make really good suggestions because she just suggested Piranesi a couple of weeks ago, and I finished that, and she was right. I loved it. She suggested Beartown, which I had complicated feelings of, but it was great, beautiful story, heartbreaking. And so then she suggested Junjo Ito, and I was like, okay, all right, yeah. But VOD means it will be available after the live stream is over. I will try. I will try. Yes, I will try. Is he playing on a potato PC? No, I'm playing on a PS4, and I have an HD 60S game capture card. I don't really know why it's only like this. We might just have to deal with it. It looks a little bit grainy. I get that. I donated to Peace from Nebraska. You rock. Thank you. For the record, if you guys do actually want to donate before... Wait. Why do we have $326 in the... Have I been missing donations? What? Did they not show up on the stream, or did I just miss them entirely because I've been looking at chat? Oh, crap. Hang on. Have the donations been coming up on in the alert box? Shows you right for audience and get. No, they haven't been. I only noticed 4 or 5. Wait, so have any of them been appearing? Oh wait, no, we've got them down there on the screen in the little thing. Have they appeared? Hang on, I can test it. Give me a sec. Not the pop-ups. What? Why? But they said they were. They said they were. I mean, thank you very much for donating, but I saw the test stream pop up, and I'll miss that. Keep going with the writing. Glad to get a chance to donate. Oh well, thank you very much for donating. Oh wow, that's a lot of money. Shadowrun, thank you very much. That's very kind. Also, Bill, I have to ask this. Oh, that was 1 day ago? Oh my gosh, I missed a thing. Oh, jeez, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Kowalski from Nebraska, thank you for the donation. I think I've been missing the things. Yeah. The Hang on. Okay. I gotta get this. Do you guys have any idea? Oh, I need to... I think I need to let the dog out. I'll be right back. Okay. So let me just have a look at my dashboard. I bought your second book on Amazon. I already have the first, and it's awesome. Gonna be an English teacher. Thank you. Like you're using Ghost from the Classroom. That is the highest praise anyone can ever. Hang on. I'm being dumb. I am being dumb. I can just donate some money and check if it shows up on the thing. Because every single thing should show up. Let me just test a Tiltify donation. Let's have a look. Now if I press that. Okay, so that comes up there when I test it, supposedly. That supposedly tests it. So, if I donate some money, where's Nightbot when you need him? Nightbot, where are you? You little word. Okay. Let's donate. Let's just. Here we go. Let's donate $5. Just donate. And let's have a look at this. Shows up. Okay. Pay that. Now, does that show up? That isn't showing up, is it? And I have no idea why. Only as a box in the corner. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's just a bit delayed. It's just a bit delayed. Okay. Oh, beautiful. That means I must have just missed the donations when they came before, because I am remarkably skilled at being able to just hyper-fixate on something and ignore everything out. My friends have a joke about it, which is like that we'll be at a quiz together, and someone will say the answer, and I'll be sitting there puzzling over it by myself, and I won't be able to think of the answer, and I'll be just thinking and puzzling away, and then 30 seconds later I'll say the answer, and they'll be like, yeah, we know. We've been talking about it for 30 seconds. Add a noise to it? I don't know if that's a good idea. Actually, I think it might be a good idea. Let's have a look at the Let's go sound. Select audio file. The entire Lord of the Rings soundtrack. Just it plays, you know, the entire film every single time someone donates any money. It's like that. It's like that video where where it sounds like that video where it's the Lord of the Rings restarts every single time Sam takes a step or something. Every single time Sam takes a step, he does the scene where it's like, "It's the furthest I've been from home, Mr. Frodo." Play the "A Wizard Did It" sex meme. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to get my stream cut. I don't know if that would do it. Whew. Ugh. I got these new headphones today because I don't have corded ones, and the worst nightmare I have is that my headphones shut out in the middle of the stream. Yes, Empress of Death, you may ask a question. Hang on, I will be back, guys. I need water because I've drunk nothing today, which is very uncharacteristic of me, and you need to all think about how much water you've had today, and if you haven't had enough water, go and get some now. Because the number one reason that you feel tired, or angry, or, like, exhausted, or just, like, unable to focus, it's because you haven't had enough water. Your body is deprived of it. If I'm calling you out, say that I'm calling you out, and then go get some water. Beer does not count! And neither does coffee! Come on, Willow. You know what, guys? I have a special guest for you. Come here, Willow. Come here, baby. Hey, girl. Oh, let's have a look-see. We have a special guest. Hello. Here we go. How about this? How about this, baby? Yeah, the cone of shame. The cone of shame. There we go. This is not a kitty. I can get the kitty if you want. Hello. This one is like 9 months old now. Barely that. Yeah. She's very, very cute. This is Willow. Oh, okay. Do I need to test anything else? I should probably retest this. It's because she has just been neutered, and we don't want her to obviously destroy her stitches and harm herself. So she actually shouldn't be ashamed. She should not be ashamed. She should be very happy. I haven't been around the channel in a while. How is Mishka? Mishka is dead. You should test your ability to thank donations. My ability to thank donations? I don't know what that means. Have you read any Jonathan Stroud? I haven't read any Jonathan Stroud, I'm afraid. Okay, well, people told me that my screen was too big before, so I made it smaller. Guys, tell me in the chat. Type bigger or smaller or same? Like, say just bigger, smaller, or same for my little webcam. Okay, we got same, bigger, same, little bit bigger. Okay, so it's basically same or bigger. Same. We got majority being same, I think. Oh, maybe a little bit bigger? I think bigger might be winning out, actually. Bigger? Same? Little bigger? Okay. You know what? The biggers have won this. I will trust the biggers. Let's do that. Webcam frame. There we go. How does that look? Acceptable. Alright, okay. This is meant to be a 1080 webcam. It is clearly not as good as I hoped it was, but it was the best one that I could buy. New Zealand does not have a very good tech industry, so forgive me. Right. Send me your... If you want me to answer a question that you have, then please do put it in the chat now, because I'm going to have to end it soon. What are your thoughts on Agatha Christie? I mean, obviously she's a foundational, brilliant writer. No, I've not read anything by Kenneth Opel. I don't know any of their books either. It's what? I got a donation? Who was the donation? Irmo Firesong. I missed it again. This is my hyperfixation. Thank you very much for the donation to the charity. Thoughts on Arcane? I loved it. I'm only like 2 episodes in, but I'm really loving it. I didn't even know it was League of Legends. Believe it or not, I didn't know it was League of Legends, and then it was. Have you thoughts on William Faulkner? I mean, of course, he's great. I really don't know what I'd say more than that. I've only read a small amount of it. Any release date on the volume 2 of the... Hey, we just got a donation. Who was that? Has it not showed up on my... Who is that? It's like my stream thing is I saw it on there, which means that I'm late. I have to have a more efficient way of tracking who donates what. Give me a second. Ashley Arbuckle. Thank you very much. $50, it's very kind. And Irmo Firesong, $5. It's very kind, both of you. Thank you very much for your donations. This is not meant to be when we're donating. I am just trying to do a test live stream. Yeah. Okay. Alright. May I ask for assistance on writing the ultimate portrayal? I don't know any ideas for that off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Have you read the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin? Yes, I have. If you rerun the stream, I give a bit more of my thoughts on them. Your on-writing in series has been immensely helpful when helping a friend write some lore for his Minecraft roleplay. That's really great. I'm glad. Yeah. I need to add what, like, the milestone is. Any release date for Volume 2 of the audiobook? Yes, it should be before Christmas. I've just gotten the final files, which I need to then upload to a site called Audiobooks Unleashed. They check it. That usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe, and then it goes live to a bunch of different places that you can buy it. And yeah. So that should be happening. I have just got the final files. It was with some checks. Did you have a good day? I gotta be honest, today was a bit of a mess. Yesterday was a very productive day, but also a very frustrating day. I do not deal well with traffic, and I do not deal well with tech issues. And I had to deal with both of them. Have you read Shards of Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky? I really want to. I want to read all of his books, but I haven't yet because they're all long. But I have got them on my Christmas list. You guys also, so thank you so much for buying On Writing World Building Volume 2. Like, it's already sold 1,700 copies. Volume 1 sold 2,000 copies in its first month, and I've sold like 1,700 in the first week of Volume 2. What are your feelings on 40k? I assume you mean Warhammer 40k? I think the game is cool. I really want to play it. I'd love to play a tabletop game, but I haven't been able to. I've actually got 1,200 Lord of the Rings miniatures for its war game, but I haven't really. What's your favorite mythological story? Oh, there's got to be. There's gonna be one that I'm gonna remember once I have like finished the stream. But I'm totally blanking. Oh, Telos. It's a story about a giant which surrounded the island of Crete, and it had like an ichor for blood. And it had metal arms and hands and stuff like that. And there's a lot of interesting stories about like, oh, when does he become human, that sort of thing. You know, and I liked that. Yeah. Thank you everyone who's picked it up. I'm so glad that you're able to grab it. It's really great. What's your favorite storytelling from a non-writing medium? So I've actually got a video coming out. It's going to be my final video of the year on the books that have changed my life, and I'm going to talk about like the books that have genuinely changed how I think about the world or myself, or have stuck with me, not just in a sense of like, oh, I love these characters and I love this world, but have affected me in a deeply profound way, you know, that have woven myself into my personal makeup. So, and of those stories, only like 5 of them are books. There's how many books? There's one of them is a play, and then there are actually like 3 games. I'm considering 2 or 3 games. Yeah, 2 or 3 games. But if I was to pick one, my favorite storytelling in any medium, I'd probably pick either What Remains of Edith Finch or The Telos Principle, which is actually not even a story. I wonder if Annihilation will be on there. Don't at me. I will have milestones, don't worry. I just don't know what people want for milestones. You guys would be helpful. Tell me what you'd want for a milestone. Did you try the new Halo on PC? I don't play Halo. I don't really care for, yeah, I don't really care for shooters very much. I'm a trade published Aussie writer. I've started using your videos as a go-to resource with working up. Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice. Thank you very much. I've got the book. What are you talking about? I'm a little late to read. That's yeah. Do you play any tabletop games? I infrequently play D&D and wish I could play it more. I play a lot of board games, as it happens. How are you finding the Wheel of Time? The book is all right. Rand in the book is a lot better than Rand in the TV series. Moraine is better in the TV series than she is in the book. In the book, I find her quite bland so far. I'm about halfway through the first book, and I don't know. She just doesn't seem that interesting as a character. Where in the show, she's just got a lot of contrast with the rest of the characters. Favorite board game? Spirit Island. If you're into board games, and I want to be clear about that because it is not a game you probably want to start on, but if you are into board games and you like co-op games, Spirit Island is easily the best board game I own and have ever played. Yeah. How long does it take to make a video? Very much depends on the type of video. Yeah, very, very much depends, you know. like, if we're assuming an average on-writing video, or an average avatar video, the average avatar video is a lot quicker. A lot of the knowledge for an avatar video is basically up in my brain already, and it's just spewing it out into a script. The writing videos and world-building videos take a lot more time, a lot more research. I'll probably spend 1 or 2 weeks, you know, writing a script for that, researching and writing a script for that, and usually my reading habits leading up to a video is like catered to making that book work. And the first few days of any script in the on-writing and world-building stuff will just be reading stuff that's relevant to it, reading what's been covered, what hasn't been covered, new angles that I could take, reading books that are relevant. Yeah. A lot of co-op games I've played as one person was really good and basically leading things. How is Spirit Island with that? That is the beautiful thing about Spirit Island. You're referring to Pandemic, I assume, and that definitely is the case with Pandemic, because everyone has such simple abilities that someone can know what everyone else is capable of and look at the board and know what everyone should do in the optimal position. Spirit Island is so complicated as a co-op game that I have no concept, or at least not no concept, but I have so many abilities and so many options, and I don't know all of your capabilities. I don't know all the cards you've got on your hand. I don't know. Well, I mean, I could look at them, but taking the time to internalize what that character could actually do in a given scenario, that's so varied and so deep and so complicated that figuring out the optimal strategy is really hard. And the ability of one player, it's hard enough to know exactly what you're going to do as an experienced player with your own character. I say that as someone who is an experienced Spirit Island player, let alone to play as a character that you're not super familiar with, or at least are not playing as. Did your deep dives into God of War and The Last of Us take longer than your average on-writing and world-building video? Or does reading through many books sources take longer? I don't like the God of War video. I am not proud. I'm not really proud of that video. The last one I quite liked. I think that was quite cool. Yeah. I don't really remember how long it took. The Last of Us video was actually... Oh wait, do you mean The Last of Us 1 or Last of Us 2? I can't remember. The Last of Us 2 one took me a while, especially because I had to play the game. You know. Do you think you'd ever do a video on how to write natural disasters? I don't think so. Do you read the books or do you listen to them on audiobooks or both? So, I used to only read books, and I very quickly realized that I was running out of books and stories that I knew that I could draw on for on-writing and world-building videos, and I didn't just want to refer to the same stories over and over and over again. Now, you're going to notice that I do use some stories a lot, and there's a good reason for that, which is that I want the audience is usually familiar with those stories, and it's easier to teach someone a lesson when the person is familiar with the story that you're teaching from. When you're not, when you're drawing for something else, you have to give them all of the context. So there's a real advantage to that, but I needed a lot more variety, and I wanted to make sure that I had a lot more variety in the style of writing that I was reading and the genres that I was reading. And so, as my videos were very much catching up with my knowledge, I was like, I need to find a way to read more. And so I did a few things. Number one, I don't typically read a series anymore. I tend to read either a first book, and then I'll move on to another book, because I get more experience by reading just an entirely new book than I do from reading a sequel, which is the same characters, same style of writing, same sort of genre. 2, I started listening to audiobooks, and 3, I got digital versions of the books, which made it easier to search for particular passages and stuff like that. So I very much, at any given time, I will usually have a physical book and an audiobook. So at the moment, it's The Eye of the World, First Wheel of Time book, and Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, which I'm listening to. And sometimes I'll have a second book as well. Yeah. At the same time, a second physical book. But I listen to the audiobook whenever I'm driving, whenever I'm walking, whenever I'm cleaning, whenever I'm just doing anything, and it means I can just I can get through that sort of stuff. What is your least favorite genre? I don't know. I don't really like westerns, I suppose. There's gonna be a particular genre that I'm gonna not be able to think of. Least favorite genre. I don't know. I don't know. I don't read enough of them to say I don't like it. It's just stuff that I don't read. Are there gonna be guests on this year's stream? Yes, there are. Yeah, OSP, Murphy, Daniel, Green. I've got Resputin. I've got Benji from Tail Foundry. I'll see if I can get Tiezu to drop by. Who else have I got on the stream? Dominic Noble, Pushing Up Roses. Just a bunch of people I know. Lady Knight the Brave. I don't know if Nando's going to be coming by. Just looking at the list. Hannah Lee Kidder. Jade Animations. Yeah. Sophie K. Lots of people. Zoe B. I don't know. These are people who you may or may not know. Oh, have I missed a donation? Have I missed a donation? Omega. There we go. Hey Tim, got to bounce. Even if the stream is a test, it was still a good time. Have a good night. Thank you very much for the $10 donation. I can't believe we're already 26% of the way there. It's actually quite good, by the way, to have a bit of money at the start of the stream because people see it and are kind of like motivated. I don't know, that's like a theory. Yeah. What kind of music do you like? I am very selective on my music. I listen to a lot of ambient music, stuff that is just random sounds, you know, like that's just background music. I cannot work and listen to lyrics. That's a big thing for me. I cannot listen to music while I yeah. But I will recommend some bands that I like. Number one, I really like a tiny band. Like, we're talking, I don't believe they have like any famous songs yet, called Quiet Houses. If you look up Quiet Houses Ocean Avenue or Quiet Houses Cold Water Swimming, or they just released another one, Quiet Houses Big Town. They're a tiny wee band that I just happened to have stumbled across by pure chance, and I want to give them a shout out. I really like their music. Otherwise, Churches, which is a Scottish band, spelled Chvrches. I really love their music. They're like, for some reason, they're the only band that I just love every song of. Yeah, so otherwise I just listen to trashy indie music. Like, you know, the 1.5 hour compilations. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, thoughts on fanfiction. All power to people who like writing it and reading it. It's not for me, but I say all power to you. Yeah. Alright guys, I am going to have to go, but thank you very much for the help and joining me on the stream, and especially donating. It's very kind of you. Remember, I'll see you there at 4 PM EST, and on December 10th, which is next Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. Have a good one, guys. See you then.